What's good, bro? Welcome to the video and good morning from New York City. I was just downstairs walking my dog Rowdy to take care of his AM business, and I thought to myself, it's windy, it's cold, and it almost feels like winter, but damn if it ain't a beautifully sunny day. And to be honest, we have not had many of those in the past week. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do something that I don't often do, and I'm gonna come up to my rooftop and check out one of the most gorgeous views of New York. And I'm gonna be honest, bro, I don't take advantage of this nearly as often as I should. In the midst of the daily grind and hustle, it's so easy for me to forget that I live in the greatest city in the world and have been for 2.5 years. And that's what I wanna talk about in today's vlog. New York is glamorous, it offers so much opportunity and promise, but it can be very intimidating to live here. So this is how I survive. But first, you know, it's time for some coffee, bro. I got a pot of oatmeal cooking on the stove. It's gonna take about 20 minutes, but I do have my morning cup of coffee. And it has been just about a year since I switched from the drip machine to pour over coffees, and bro, my life has completely changed. When I was making coffee in those drip machines, I would need it almost immediately after getting out of bed. I would be cranky, get a headache. Switching over to the pour overs, really, man, now I can wait an hour and a half, 2 hours. I can get some sunshine, walk Rowdy, you know, doing a little bit of work before I start sipping this coffee. Hashtag no cream, no sugar. OGs know what I'm talking about. But that's really the first way that I survive living in New York City. Because the most intimidating thing about living here is the cost of living. It's what everybody talks about. It doesn't matter if you are a New York City resident or you're thinking about becoming one. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking about it. So I'm gonna break down the ways that I am able to survive living in the Big Apple. And this is the first part of it. You have to save money wherever you can. Narissa and I do cook most of our meals. We meal prep. As a full-time YouTuber, I'm fortunate enough to be able to eat snacks and meals all through the day right here. I don't need to buy fast food. I don't need to pay for overpriced coffees. Seriously, like you could pay $7, $8 for a good coffee in New York City, and this is just pennies because I grind my own beans and I pour it myself. Rent and utilities are pretty much set in stone. On a year-to-year basis, you can negotiate a little bit with your leasing office. They might want a $50 increase, and you can negotiate it maybe down to $20. At the moment, I'm not really paying for streaming services. So in terms of utilities, it's really rent, electricity, and internet. Obviously, internet is a must. I pay about $50 a month for that. Utilities, the Con Ed electricity, it can go up and down. In the summertime when it's really hot and I gotta be running the AC, it can be $200, $250. Last winter, the heat was astronomical, so I'm gonna be rocking a lot more thermal gear in this apartment because I do not want to be paying those same bills this year. By going to Wegmans and Trader Joe's on a week-to-week basis, stocking our fridge and stocking our pantry, we're able to cook at home. And that's a big way that we're able to survive. It's a life hack in New York City. We have an amazing food scene. Believe me, your boy would love to get bacon, egg, and cheese, lox and bagel, breakfast sandwiches every morning, but it's just not in the cards, man. Maybe when we blow this channel up to over 1 million, I could take you on daily New York City breakfast adventures. Actually, that would be a great series. So let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see a little bit down the road. New York is also a fashion and shopping capital, but we do our best to shop sales, right? Because we go to Soho often, they'll have the end of season sales and we'll take advantage at that point. It's expensive to get around the city and you're crazy if you want to take ride shares all the time. I can understand once in a while, but damn, they can really add up. That's something that we reserve for when we're going to the airport because it's just easier when we fly with Rowdy to get a ride share and get us there. But on a day-to-day basis, whenever I'm doing anything, I'm hopping on that subway. The only reason I might not hop on the subway is if it's down for whatever reason, and then I'm taking the bus. But it's still public transportation, $2.90 per ride. If you're transferring, pay a little bit less. But that's a big way to save money because think about it. If you're going out for the day in New York City, you're paying a little less than $6 to get around. If you're thinking about doing ride shares, it's gonna run you anywhere from $75 to $100 round trip. So I wouldn't recommend it unless you just wanna treat yourself that day. But bro, there is so much to do here. Yeah, a Yankees or a Mets game might run you $200, but there are minor league teams here. You can go to see a professional soccer or lacrosse game. Parks are always free. Museums can be expensive, but if you take advantage of the culture pass through the NYC or Brooklyn Library, you can get yourself free passes. I definitely take advantage of that one. In fact, on Narissa's birthday, I got us a culture pass to the Morgan Library and Museum, and we visited that place for the first time, completely free. I mean, what? But to break it down and be completely transparent with you, bro, the reason I'm in New York City paying this high cost of living is because I'm chasing my dreams. As expensive as it is to live here, I think it's worth it. And if you can find ways to save money, hey, that's just a cherry on top. And I can make a full video breaking down what I pay on a month-to-month basis living here in New York City. Let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. I'm gonna finish up this coffee, get a little bit of oatmeal, and you know it's gym time, right? We gotta get those gains Monday through Friday, so I'll see you there. All right, bro, another great Friday workout in the books. Today, I did a little bit of everything because yesterday I decided not to head to the gym, but instead hop on the treadmill for a couple of miles to put my weeks total up to 4. So today I wanted to do a little chest, little back, little shoulder, and a little hamstring. I was about to cut my workout short when I was doing my Arnold press, which is a shoulder exercise with dumbbells, because after my first set, I got kind of lightheaded. It scared me. I was like, is this like an anxiety attack or what? But I sat down, had some of my element drink, and I felt fine after that. Hobbies are essential if you want to survive living in New York City. Yes, it's all about the hustle and grind culture, and trust me, I'm as much of a part of that as anybody else. But you gotta have ways to blow steam off, have some fun. Now, in my case, going to the gym, it blows off steam, helps me create a little bit more content. Outside of that, you know, I like to game. I hang out with Narissa and Rowdy. We take them to the park. We like to watch sitcoms like Just Shoot Me, News Radio, movies and stuff like that. I think the other day we watched Addams Family because it was on one of them free streaming services. And you know, talked about earlier, it's all about finding ways to save money. You're gonna wanna continue to practice your hobbies when living here. Otherwise, you're gonna go crazy. You can't just work all the time. And as much as I would love to, I know not even I'm capable of that, as much belief as I have in myself. But we're walking home, as you could see, gotta make that protein smoothie, get some editing done. And later on today, I gotta take Rowdy for some of his annual vaccines. Let's keep it moving. What can I say, bro? So far, it's been another typical Brooklyn day for me. I get a little work done, have some coffee, oatmeal, head to the gym, get in a nice lifting session, come home, make a protein smoothie, wash some dishes, feed Rowdy, grab a shower. In a few minutes, I'll resume my editing. I got a vlog launching on Monday that's not quite done. Another thing that is crucial for surviving in New York City is drawing inspiration from the city. People like to talk a lot about New York and how much it actually takes from you. Your money, possibly your sanity. Your senses are just bombarded by smells and sounds and sights. It is a lot just to kind of stay on your own path and focus on what you're doing. But there's a lot of inspiration to be drawn from this city. People like to talk crap about NYC, but I still see tourists every time I'm in Manhattan looking up at the buildings, making memories with their families and friends, eating the delicious foods. Despite what people say, there is still a lot of magic left in the Big Apple. No matter where you go in this city, there's something that's going to inspire you. Whether it's the people hustling and moving, whether it's the cool buildings, the way that our subways and buses move people all around the city, the incredible food scene, the graffiti, street art, the beautiful parks, even the animals, you know, the squirrels and the pigeons, they gotta get some love too. Even though I've been here for 2.5 years, I'm still constantly in awe of what New York has to offer. Not only is it the biggest city in the United States, it's also one of the largest cities in the entire world. And in my opinion, it's the best city in the world. I am so happy living in New York. And yes, there are pros, there are cons to living here. A few vlogs ago, I talked about some of those cons, but on the other side of that is something worth pursuing. If you're planning on moving to New York or you've already moved here, chances are you're pursuing something bigger than yourself. Maybe you want to be the best in your field. Maybe you want that big salary so you can stay a few years here and then go back home. Whatever it might be, I'm sure you're pursuing something grand in New York City. Now, your big goals are probably not gonna be the same as my big goals. I'm trying to do something that I love and I'm passionate about, which is being a big time YouTuber and content creator. building a brand from my apartment. These are skills and talents that I've honed and I constantly sharpen as much as I can here in New York. So in my opinion, it's of critical importance to draw inspiration from the city. Let the city give back to you. Now, with that said, I did mention that I am building a brand from my Brooklyn apartment. In the previous vlog, I actually showed you some samples that came in. Well, guess what, bro? We now have all of our samples in for the Retro Consulate General. We're still a couple of weeks away from launch, but I want to show you some behind the scenes access. We have 3 t-shirts in our first drop. 2 of them in the vintage white. They say Retro Consulate General on the back as well as on the front. We've got the Clyde colorway. Pac-Man fans know what I'm talking about. And we've got the Player 2 colorway. We also have the t-shirt in a vintage black with the Retro Consulate General branding. These are box fit t-shirts, 100% cotton, super comfortable. This is not the final design. I'm gonna make these letters a little bit smaller, move them up. Same thing on the back. I might make them slightly smaller and move them up as well, but that's why you make samples, right? In addition to the t-shirts, we've got a hoodie. Same basic design as the t-shirts, but I probably gonna change this on the front. Instead of Retro Consulate General, I think I wanna have RCG across the chest. I was thinking about going with a neon green color, but I just might stick with white for now. We'll see. But speaking of green, which is one of my favorite colors, we've got the beanie in the Alpine green, Retro Consulate General. Now this is embroidered. The others are screen printed. We're probably gonna have to make this a little bit bigger to accommodate these letters. But overall, I would say I'm pretty happy with my samples. I do have a meeting on Monday with a dude from the company that's gonna help me to iron out some of the kinks. And hopefully we're just a couple of weeks away from launch, but I will keep you updated. I know you guys are super interested in this and I appreciate your support. I'm really hype about this. This is something that I've wanted to do for many, many years and I just can't believe we're almost there. Now I wanna put this stuff back in my closet, sit at the computer and get some work done. Rowdy and I took the M train from Bushwick to Williamsburg, and now we're at the vet's office. Narissa's inside the lobby with him because it's gonna be a few minutes before they see him. We like to arrive early just in case. Another thing I wanted to talk about as far as surviving in New York City is finding your tribe, and that's probably one of the things that I've struggled with the most and continue to struggle with. We are part of the New York City Boston Terrier Club, which meets up once a month at different parks around the Big Apple. Narissa also has some good friends and family members that live here. Occasionally we will meet up with them. Now as a member of the YouTube Creator Collective, I'm invited to in-person events and I could speak with other creators like myself. To be honest, bro, I do still want to improve this. If you are in the New York area, if you are a creator and you want to connect, definitely hit me up on Instagram or here in the comments. With that said, let me go inside because I think they're about to see Rowdy. All right, bro, for dinner tonight, we got some steamed broccoli, some jasmine rice, and some Trader Joe's sirloin steak. This is one of the easy meals I talked about in my other vlog when I did a grocery run. Do you notice the nice new plates? That's right, your boy stepped up his game, but it's time to eat now. After a long day of editing, going to the gym, taking Mr. Rowdy to the vet for his annual vaccines, it's very nice to sit down with my fiance, have a good hearty dinner, and it's Friday night, so it's time to celebrate. I'm gonna hop online, get us some Mario Kart World action. If you have a Nintendo Switch 2, make sure you add me. Do first place. We're about to come in first. Oh, Lord, come on. Yeah! As Bowser Jr. I got first place. And there's my friend code, so you guys can add me. Nothing like a little Mario Kart World online to get the heart racing. But today's vlog was all about surviving in New York City. It ain't easy. I'll admit to you. I've been here 2.5 years and I still don't have it all figured out. But together, we can make it. I know we can. If you're struggling with the same thing, put it in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, bro. If you made it to the end, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the page for more content just like this. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.